Good morning, Cappy. I have to start your reading today with a bit of an honesty checkup because I wanted to talk about a little bit about why I'm doing these readings, my intentions behind them, and things like this. Now, I'm having a full on wobble because, how do I put this? I get the messages, I get the signs, I get the songs through. A lot of the time, I don't know what they mean or why they're coming through. A lot of the time, I doubt myself. But every now and again, something comes along that acts like a huge confirmation for me that, I doubt. I'm like, is this real? Is this just like reading too much into things? Is it coincidence? But how many coincidences do you have before you accept that it's real? Um, so yeah, having a full on wobble, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but yesterday, before Sagittarius's reading, and I thought it was coming through for Sagittarius, and it wasn't, it was coming in through for me. Um, in the night, I kept seeing the Tower card on one side and the Death card on the other side. So yeah, I could just see these cards in my mind. It was like somebody was like holding up cards in front of my mind's eye like this. I could see them so clearly. And it was the two cards together. So I kind of interpreted it for Sagittarius, put it in their reading, and it may well have had a meaning to the people coming to that Sagittarius reading as well. But they were trying to warn me because yesterday, and I'd posted the reading, yesterday, a family member was found to have passed away. So yeah, they were trying to warn me. A tower moment, like a surprise, like a shock, a shocking death. So there we go. So that's then throwing me into question about, well, should I do these readings? Is it right? I don't want to be delivering difficult messages. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, the harbinger of doom. It's not why I want to do this. But also, I feel like, however this came about, for whatever purpose, um, this has happened. I have this ability to do this, and it is something that I feel that everybody could probably do if they tuned in. But I have this channel open through me. I very much feel like I'm supposed to be doing this, because if there's higher powers around, they know more than I do. So if they want to communicate through me to people, then that's not something I can turn away from. That's not something I can reject. I'm having a lot of trouble today doing this, basically, whether it's the right and wrongs of it, and people tell me I'm helping them, and I really hope I am. Something else happened in another reading where I talked about suicide. I knew someone was suicidal. I could feel it. I didn't know who exactly. And then yeah, somebody attempted to take their own life. So I made that video private because I was scared that I'd kind of prompted it. I don't know. I don't know, but it's not my job to know. It's not my job to question it. It's not my job to know right from wrong. It's my job literally to communicate the messages because the universe knows better than I do. But then I've got all this other stuff as well about like personal messages that come through for me. Not really being sure of what's going on. I'm finding it quite difficult. I'm having a wobble. So Capricorn, I'm sorry that you get my wobble reading, but I feel like you've had a few of these kind of wobbles as well yourself. I feel a bit of companionship actually when I do your readings because you've had these quite a few of these kind of strange readings about ancestors and going deep down, taking a deep down dark dive down into your shadow side, and finding that gem. So I feel like we've been on similar journeys here. So let's hold hands through the power of the internet and get through this together. Right. Was that everything that I wanted to say there? Yeah, I think so. If you want to skip the introduction, you can do. You can jump straight to the card reading, but a lot of people do find a lot of value in the kind of random messages that come through. So So yeah, stick around for those if you like. Also, I really do encourage everybody to go and check out the songs that come through. There's always extra ones down there in the description box as well, because more songs come through as I'm uploading the video and tidying up and things like this. So yeah, a few tail end songs get on there. What else did I have to say? The songs do seem to have be really very important. There was a song that came through yesterday for the Sagittarius reading, which was very much stuck in my head, absolutely stuck in my head, and I couldn't see the relevance to the personal relevance of it until I spoke to somebody that was affected by this death, and they found that song spot on. And you know, and this upsets me as well. This, because I'm doing this via the internet, I don't see your reaction, guys. I don't see how this exactly affects you, and sometimes I just reel off messages without thinking too much about the impact it may have on you. But I know I've been there. You know, I was there yesterday when I watched somebody else's reading, and I was absolutely like absolutely a wreck from this reading. So I know that happens. I know that is going to happen. I don't mean to ever be flippant about anything. It's just difficult because I'm just channeling. I'm not seeing the impact of my words and the things that are coming through. So, but do know that I worry about you. Do know that I really do want the best for you. Okay, so haha, to the messages. Never tell me the odds came through. That's from Star Wars. So that specific line. Then I felt like this was actually something for me, because I was getting stuff through. You were getting things about bird's nest, like a lot of like nest imagery from this deck last week, and I was getting through like bird's nest hair. The hair's like a bird's nest, which I take quite personally because, you know, needing a haircut. But then I was getting through this stuff about bird's nest and the mother, and Sweet Child of Mine came through for you. She's got, her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where as a child I'd hide and wait for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. So yeah, that might be important for you, especially if your mother is on the other side. I was getting messages about health, heart problems, heart attack, stroke, diabetes, blood sugar levels. Just be really careful to keep an eye on your health. You know, watch what you eat. Maybe go and have a bit of a checkup, just to make sure everything's okay there. It may not be you, it may be somebody else. Oh, that's what I wanted to say as well. I'm getting a whole lot of stuff about ancestry through for me personally at the moment. I do feel like very strongly like my ancestors are around me. 100% certain, like 100% sure, which makes the death that we had in the family yesterday difficult to navigate, because I'm completely sure that this person is around, where perhaps other people don't have the same beliefs. So it's quite hard to communicate with people in a sympathetic way, but while also wanting to reassure them that I am sure this person's around. It's difficult navigating this for me, but I also feel like you keep getting a lot of stuff about ancestry, Capricorn, and about people who've passed on, and spirit guides and people around you. I really do feel like you have people around you protecting you very strongly. So yeah, what they're up to, not quite sure, but I wanted to say this as a lead into some of the songs that you've got through, because some of the songs are very old-fashioned songs, and then the kind of songs that my granddad used to listen to. I remember him a lot through songs, so sometimes I hear certain songs and I know it's one of his favourites, really strongly reminds me of him. You've got one of them actually here in your reading. Yeah, some of these may be ancestral songs of ancestral relevance, so just heads up, get your tissues ready. So apart from Sweet Child of Mine, this is the one actually that reminds me of my granddad. River Deep Mountain High by Tina Turner. We won't mention Ike. Please Release Me by Elvis. These are all songs that came through sort of, I could hear them very clearly. They came out of nowhere. I mean, River Deep Mountain High actually has been coming through a few times recently, which I think is actually my granddad. Candyman by Christina Aguilera. that would not have been one of my, like, I don't know, maybe it was. It did remind me of my granddad, because he used to be in the Merchant Navy. I've got a video coming up actually this week on my gaming channel, Cinderella Plays Games, just a bit of a plug there, where she's talking to a character called Sam, who used to be a sailor, spoilers, and he really reminded me of my granddad, and like how my granddad was in the Merchant Navy. Yeah, so Candyman, she has that kind of sailor outfit on, so it does, yeah, it works. The other songs that you got through were Sam Smith Diamonds. Now, I don't know that song. It was randomly suggested to me on Spotify, and it felt very, very relevant. So it may be for you. Then I got All Good Things Come to an End by Nelly Furtado. September by Earth, Wind and Fire, which I had actually heard a week or so ago. I think it's trending on TikTok. But it came through intuitively in the middle of the night. It just came into my head all of a sudden. And then you can see that I started to get a bit tired down here. You can see how this is my writing when I'm awake. I've never been the best handwriter, but this is my writing when it's the middle of the night and I'm trying to sleep, and things come through. So we've got In the Ghetto by Elvis. This is My Quest, Unreachable Stars, and that says Sinatra, not that you can read it. Someone screaming, literally someone screaming in my head, and then a dream about flat pack skyscrapers. It was like these massive, like, circular why can't I say skyscrapers? I don't normally have trouble saying skyscrapers. Maybe someone else has trouble saying that word. But they came in like 3 sections. You could kind of like piece them together in 3 sections, and it was like boom, flat pack, instant tower block, solution to all the housing problems. Don't know if that means anything to you at all, any relevance at all. The reason why this prayer card is here is because as I was shuffling and preparing your songs, I was listening to a couple of songs that came through to hear the lyrics, and I was listening to Elvis, In the Ghetto, and this song flipped out. So whether there's some kind of prayer for you in regards to Elvis or that song, or I don't know how that works for you, but it came out during that song. So, but it strikes me that it always looks to me like it's someone on stage. Like this is the performer, kind of with the back to the audience. You sort of see the head shape there, like they're up on the stage with all the lights, and then the hand is like, I always think this is like the crowd, and then the hand coming up to. It makes me think of Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer, and like the performers on the stage. So I don't know if that has any relevance to you at all, but I'm going to put that away back in the deck. We'll see if it comes out. You have got an extra pack of, I'm waffling, I'm sorry. I know Capricorns, you're very, very busy. You don't have time for me waffling on, but I don't know, maybe I'm meant to waffle. Maybe I'm meant to distract you for a while. Who knows? I'm going to put that back in. I'm going to shuffle it so that if it does come back out, we know it was 100% meant to. Right, I'm done. I'm sorry, Elvis. I just hit you there. A couple more things, and then I promise we're going to get on with your cards in a second. I could see very, very clearly, actually, and again, you had that thing about heart issues. It was a heart, like a normal, like a traditional love heart shaped heart, like this, but it was a living heart, and it was in a silver casing with all wires. It was literally a machine with a heart inside it, almost if you think of like the reverse of Iron Man, right? Iron Man is a man, but he has a machine heart. This is like a human heart in a machine. So I don't know if that is relevant to anyone in any sort of way. They gave me Deus Ex Machina, pronounced very, very badly for a Latin student there, but it's the God out of the machine, the God from machine. It's a literary technique. It's also I think it's a very, very good book. I don't know if it's actually that person. There was a very, very famous like best-selling book. He had 2 books. I can't remember for the life of me the name of the person who wrote it. Next door's dog's barking. Doesn't bark very often, that dog, so it's a bit strange. I don't know. Yeah, Deus Ex Machinima. Not Machinima. Why am I saying Machinima? Maybe some people are doing Machinima. I don't know. I don't know if that's heart in the machine. I don't know if that's any relevance to you whatsoever, but that came through. Okay, I'm going to tune into the energies. I'm going to try and stop waffling because I'm going to run out of space to do your reading on my phone, and we're going to get into it. Back in a minute. Okay, Cappy, let's get into it. What do we have for you today? Oh, what do the spirits have for you today? Again, I'm totally releasing control to the universe here in your reading. They're going to tell you what they think is best to tell you. Yeah, okay. Feeling called out again. This came up for me yesterday. This card here, the mirror, and you've also got the crone there on the bottom. I'm not going to read that one. I am just going to read the mirror, but your underline is the crone there. Let's see. I'm picking up my notebook, but my notebook doesn't have the notes about the mirror, so just help if I get the right book. Okay, what are we on here? 50, 68. Latin degree coming in useful there for a change. Right, the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all? Is it my Cappy? The reflection, the illusion, the looking glass. We look into mirrors every day without recognising them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Great. Recognise the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. When light, witnessing the deeper self, pure awareness. When dark, narcissism, comparison, harsh edges. Go deeper. Yayoi Kusama's Infinity Mirror Rooms. For further reflections, read the poem I Am Not I by Juan Jimenez and Yoko Ono's mirror piece in Grapefruit. Speak to yourself gently and kindly in the mirror. It will feel awkward at first. Oh, I just shifted. That was weird. It will feel awkward at first, but it's a sure way to become friends with yourself. When I say I just shifted, it's like, I don't know if it's like a moment of like almost fainting or like it's like reality distorts for a second. I think I just, right, okay. Things are weird. But yeah, it's like this shift in perception. That was really weird. I haven't had that for ages. There you go. Quite honestly, Cappy, I'm sorry to be a little bit bummed during your reading today. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared for your reading. Listen, if it was another sign, then it would be fine, because it's like there's some signs that come through and the energy is always just bonkers or really, really practical. But you kind of, for such a sign that's meant to be very grounded, you do get a lot of kind of spiritual stuff in yours. I think it's because you're one of the later signs in the zodiac. Yeah, I don't know. Right, okay. Oh, thank you. Scissors. Disappointment in some affair. I'm noticing the sharpness of the shard of the mirror and the sharpness of the scissors. Oh, I'm sorry, Cappy. Might just be me. Just might be my energy coming into your reading today. Great personal sorrow. Oh, May. May. 1 second. I had something through for May. Yeah, I know what it was. You got never tell me the odds, right? I was getting like, may the odds ever be in your favour? Or like, May, somebody may be called May. Something could have happened in May. Perhaps you lost someone in May. May the odds ever be in your favour. May the odds ever be in your favour. Why does that seem like a thing? Don't know. I don't know. I don't know whether to take that. I'm just going to pop that down there. Something might happen next May. Mayday. Again, I had that sailor thing through with Christina Aguilera and my grandfather. News of a birth or a new business opportunity. There's that nest again. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place. Bird's nest. Marriage. Hey, Cappy. Things are looking up. Stalk. It may be news of a birth or a new business opportunity. Perhaps somebody's got married and they're now having a child. Stalks do bring in new opportunities. Maybe you got married in May. May's nowhere near Capricorn, is it? It's Capricorn's they're like end of December, beginning of January, Capricorn. Yeah, because my auntie's Capricorn. She's New Year's, I can never remember if it's New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. Career and Bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. That's interesting because you were, depending on who you were in that reading last week, you were coming through as either the Emperor or the Empress. Could be both. You could be Emperor and Empress energy at the same time. Got November here as well, so maybe something's happening in November. You've got a couple of cards here of different calendar months. Perhaps you're getting married in November. Perhaps you were disappointed about something in May, but things are turning around. You've got new opportunities. Something good's going to come through for you in November. But yeah, this is saying don't back down in something regarding your career. If you go and watch that last reading, you're coming through as like, I think either you or it may have been you, it may have been someone else. It depends who you were in that reading, but somebody was coming through as the King of Wands, and they were getting some strength from this Empress energy, which was pushing them to become the Emperor energy. So this is, yeah, don't back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude regarding work, regarding career. They're telling me dig your heels in. I think maybe you need to be stubborn about something or not shift your position about something. And that doesn't mean you can't take other people's opinions into account, listen to people, understand where they're coming through, show sympathy. You can be solid and immovable and sympathetic at the same time. Don't be a pushover. That's what they're telling me. Disappointment in some affair. I wouldn't have said Capricorns were pushovers. The devil. Hello. Why are you here in Cappy's reading? We're going to read the devil card and find out what that is doing here. You may have to cut something out. You're disappointed in something. Maybe somebody's disappointed you. Maybe there's something controlling you. The devil often has puppet strings. The devil's someone who's very, very controlling. Someone who is doesn't give you any freedom. They keep you chained. So with the scissors being there, it's like cutting the puppet strings. You can see here she's literally got these like puppet strings attached to her fingers. Now I'm not familiar with this card. It's actually the first time I've looked at this image. It's a new deck for me. So yeah, she's got like her fingers are tied, her actions are tied up. You can see she's like all wrapped up as well, like her arms across her chest. She can't fly because she's tied to this. Yeah, these little people like maybe you've got two people, you feel like two people are controlling you, or maybe you feel like you're controlling somebody else who needs a bit more freedom. There's some kind of there's some kind of like something keeping you chained, and it's like needing to cut those strings and have some freedom there, whether that's you giving someone else freedom or somebody like needing to cut the strings so that you have freedom in a situation. News of a birth or new business opportunity. Can you tell me more about this, please? Thank you. Temperance. Oh, I've got a lot of reading to do today. I'm going to run out of space on my phone. Temperance. Sagittarius card. This is your card, Capricorn, actually, the devil card. Which I think is a bit unfair to Capricorns, but it can be a fun card too. It can mean sometimes being very, very tied to your work. Capricorns are a hard-working sign. Tied to commitments in general. Capricorn, you're like that sustainer energy. You like to put the work in, the effort in. You like to you don't like to fail. You like to do the very best you can in a situation. You want to be successful in everything that you do, whether that's like work, career, friendships. You not want to give up easily on people, but you don't want to be taken for granted. So this is all coming through intuitively from, yeah. So you don't want to be taken for granted. And sometimes I think some people take your kindness for weakness and can push you too far, and in that case it is time to kind of, I think sometimes at that point you can be a little bit ruthless about cutting the strings there. Again, the bull is very earthy. It's actually Taurus energy. You could actually be dealing with somebody in work who is being very stubborn and not backing down. So take it as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But the Temperance energy, this is Sagittarius energy. Perhaps you have Sagittarius prominently in your chart. You may want to go and watch that Sagittarius reading that came through yesterday. You may be struggling to say something, or a Sagittarius may be struggling to say something to you because my throat's closing up. Yes, a Sagittarius though, Temperance, sorry, it's a card about balance. It's a card about being very patient. It's about playing the long game. Perhaps you're playing the long game, Capricorn, in a situation. It's also balancing the elements of water and fire, which is emotion and passion. So you may be trying to find some sort of balance between those two energies at the moment. We're going to read that card and find out more about that. Yeah, I'm seeing perhaps you're playing a long game here. Okay, look, can't speak. Can you tell me more about career and bull, please? Okay. Aha, interesting. You've got too many voices in your head. There's too many people with opinions around you. I think it's confusing you slightly. It's like trying to... Too many voices in your head. Absolutely, that's how I'm seeing it. The Five of Voices. You can see all these people. It's almost, they're doing kind of yoga, but I'm almost seeing it as like a conference table, like a conference room. This could be very much work for you. It's like all like seated around a dinner table or something. There's like all these people around you, all these crows around you, all these voices, all these opinions, all this information, like people trying to give you information, and it's getting a bit too much. It's like you've got all this trying to keep all this noise. It's like noise in your head. So perhaps feeling a little bit like you're being split in two in a situation as well. Is that mistletoe? Mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, but a kiss can be even deadlier if you mean it. Sorry, can't resist a Batman. I'm getting Star Wars and Batman references in your reading now. So yeah, there's crows down there as well. I'm sorry, I get messages through the crows, as crazy as that sounds. I do see it as the universe trying to come and give me messages. The way, oh my goodness, and a flock of them just flew past as I looked out my window. See what I mean? So my window's closed today, so we won't be able to hear them, I don't think. So where am I going with this? I'm all over the place again. This is what it's doing to you. This is what it's doing to you. This is why I'm picking up on this energy. It's like too much information, too many things to look at, too many things be pulling you in different directions, and you're feeling a bit scatterbrained, and I think you're starting to lose yourself in this a little bit. You're starting to care too much about the opinions of others, to kind of trying to juggle these, and it's almost like you need to cut through the chatter, you need to cut through the noise with this Queen of Swords here. It's voices are swords, and yeah, you need to be very clear, very direct, cut through the noise. Oh, they're giving me something. Let me just think what that is. I've remembered. I was watching a TV show, probably a bit of a bad taste TV show to watch when somebody has just died in the family, but I was watching a TV show called Ghosts yesterday. It's on the BBC. It's very funny. It's by the people who did Horrible Histories, a lot of the same actors, and it's about this woman in a haunted house, a haunted mansion, and she gets knocked to her head and then she can see ghosts. So it's a comedy. It's really good. But there's one ghost and he's trying to get the attention of all the other ghosts, and he stood there going, order, order, like a politician in British politics, who yeah, anyway, it's funny. But I'm sort of, they're showing me that, like standing there going, order, order. It's like you have to cut through the noise, you have to get the attention, you have to be firm and state your case, and like almost like putting your foot down. I'm seeing this as in a way that's understanding to others. Yeah. The Five of Swords is a card about losing the battle but winning the war. There may be, you did have something up here about disappointment in a situation. So there are things that I think you need to cut out, you need to let go with that Queen of Swords being there. You need to kind of cut your losses in a situation, but regain the control, regain the composure, pick up the pieces and keep moving forward. I'm seeing that very much as like a career thing, but take it as it applies. In the underline here, you have the Seven of Materials. This is the Seven of Pentacles. It's about divine timing, about planting seeds and watching them grow. It's how you know that everything has a time and a place. Everything, good things take time, right? You can't just water a seed and it magically sprouts into full bloom. It doesn't work like that in life. There's things that are seasonal, like you've got that May card and the November card. Some things are appropriate for springtime, some things are appropriate for autumn. You know, you wouldn't have Halloween in May, or maybe you would, I don't know. But yeah, it's about everything having a time and a place, divine timing. Right, okay, I think I need to stop my recording and restart before I hit the 40-minute mark, and also so I can see how much time I've got left to finish your reading. It also gives me the chance to have a bit of coffee here as well. Lovely. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, I said I was going to read those cards, didn't I? I don't want to rush through your reading. This is going to be such a pest because I'm going to have to upload some of the videos onto my hard drive, onto my computer, clear the space, and then come back and continue with your reading. I really need to clear that space on my phone. Okay, the devil. Why is the devil here? Cappy, why are you here in your own reading? Addiction, bondage, ayo, being manipulated or feeling stuck in the confines of your story, needing to loosen up and have fun, liberation, haha, great, when most of us are stuck inside during lockdown. Very funny, universe, thank you. I tell you what, the universe has a sense of humour. Prompt, slippery servitude. Told you that devil card can be fun. Approaching their potential downfall, they begin to play with the strings of temptation. It's funny that we have temperance here as well. How wonderful it feels to break free from the monotony of the everyday. They dance and sing and stir their mind with an aphrodisiac of the spirit, but when it is time to return, they realise they don't want to drop the strings, nor stop the music that they can finally hear. So they go on. Too soon the slippery slope of desire arrives, and they find their arms lifeless, like puppets. Yet they have to keep moving. Swinging listlessly, they blame the devil for their plight, even though they are the ones pulling all the strings, and leading their endless dance. The muse asks you to see your self-imposed shackles in order to find your sovereignty and freedom, and to rewrite your story so that you may step into your truth. For you, divine weaver, are the keeper of your own beautiful soul. Who is the devil but my own choice, a capture and her strings? Who is the devil but my own voice, the one who never sings? That got deep. I like this deck though, it's a good deck. And then number 7, is that temperance? No, that's the chariot. What number's that there? Actually, I was looking at the sun. I thought it said a number 7. 14. Temperance. Keywords: harmony, balance, the middle path, avoiding excess, blending energies and ideas, alchemy, finding purpose, the Goldilocks zone, meaningful encounters, turning a life lesson into spiritual gold, patience and healing. Prompt: measured moderation. Tell you what, the devil card seems more fun than the temperance card, doesn't it? I think we're all, I don't know, if you're anything like me, you're sick of like the monotony of like I love being in the house, but like the 4 walls are all starting to look very samey. I'm a bit sick of doing the laundry every day, doing the pots, making dinner, All those kind of jobs around the house. Like, kind of that devil energy is definitely tempting. The gods took equal parts fast and slow, equal parts material and spiritual, and equal parts she and he, and they mixed them in their lotus cauldron as they stirred to life the muse of temperance. They needed this balance and malleability in the world, for her voice of reason would bring them together in a beautiful blend of oneness. Temperance doesn't jump to excess. She doesn't rely on the dark or the full moon. Instead, she is a mosaic of parts, and she melts it all together in a way that spins the very best of the best into one. She weaves purpose and harmony into the lives of others, and her greatest alchemical gift is the treasure of healing. She reminds you to turn despair into the gift of patience, and blend the need to thrive with the need to enjoy. When you walk the middle path that is available to you, what areas find greater balance? I am the divine weaver of duality. I hold you. I am essence. And our evolution of becoming is rooted in the mixing. Okay, that's with the new opportunity. Perhaps there's a sense of divine timing. Perhaps there is a new opportunity on its way into you. Perhaps you're feeling this devil energy of like really wanting to give in to temptations, to go out and to have fun because the monotony is driving you insane. But this temperance card is here with the Seven of Pentacles to say that everything has a time and a place. Everything has that kind of perfect time. So when there could be an opportunity coming your way, but there could be a sense of having to wait for it, having to be very, very patient, having to kind of do that sustainer work, right? To water the garden, to wait until the ripe time is here for something to be harvested. Perhaps you are getting married in November. Perhaps it's difficult waiting for this. Okay, let's keep going. Why is the devil here? What is tempting my Cappies, please? Can you tell me more about what is tempting my Cappies, my happy Cappies? Something that you've wished for. Ooh. Now, don't panic, the death card doesn't normally, except for in my case yesterday, the death card does not normally mean death. It means some kind of, yeah, you're definitely cutting something out here. You're making a clean cut, ending something. And it's something in regards to your wishes and your happiness, making yourself happy. It doesn't make sense, but this is, I have to kind of say it as I'm reading it. This with the scissors card there and the devil card, it's like there was something that you wished for, something that meant that you thought was your happiness and your abundance, and you're ending it. Possibly at the expense of great personal sorrow. Is this like a greater good thing for you? Are you choosing money over... Are you choosing money and career over happiness and emotional fulfillment? What are you doing, Cappy? I just want you to be happy. The Nine of Cups is a brilliant card. It's about not needing any codependency. It's about being good on your own, finding happiness within yourself, not needing anything else. But there's this kind of like stubbornness here with their arms crossed. Okay. I'm not liking this, Cappy. I mean, maybe it makes sense to you. Like maybe it's making more sense to you than it is to me. But that's September is next to November now. Oh, my tummy just rumbled. Hello, my tummy. Wanted to say hi. Wanted to give you a shout out in the reading. It's like something that you thought would make you happy, something that you thought was your wish. Are you not following your dreams? Because that's a bit of an odd thing to do. Oh, Gabby. Right, we'll come back to that. What is Temperance here for? Queen of Swords. So Queen of Swords is here and here. Yeah, there's definitely something that you're cutting out. You've got the Queen of Swords twice and the scissors there. You are cutting something out. I think you might be waiting for the right time to do this. And look at the butterfly again. There's like three butterflies there now. And there's one here. There's one on you, on your wings. You have butterfly wings. And there's one on this Queen of Swords chair as well. I am seeing this all as the same energy, because of the signifiers of like the birds here. Yeah, the bird there as well. You're cutting something out. You're communicating this very, very clearly. You're being very, very logical about this. The Queen of Swords takes action. This is somebody taking action, cutting something out. Could be you, could be something else. Could be someone else here interfering, cutting something out, which is bringing an end to some sort of wish fulfillment or happiness there for you. Well, there's a sense again of divine timing. It's like it's not the right time. Five of Voices, Queen of Voices. Back to the drawing board. Putting a plan into action. So this was that saying about like it feels like a conference room. Lost the battle, could win the war. There is a sense of like going back to the drawing board. There's some kind of situation that didn't work out. So you go back, you kind of come up with a plan B, really kind of like figuring things out, understanding something. It can also be accepting an offer or somebody making an offer, and it's something quite new and fresh and young. Yeah, you did have that opportunity up there coming through for you. But you either are dealing with a very stubborn person here, or you need to be stubborn and grounded and steadfast in this situation. Possibly, I've seen it almost as like steering the ship. Like, again, I do keep getting this leadership thing through for you, like with the lions and the emperor and the empress in the last reading. Yeah, I feel like perhaps you're having to kind of, there's a bit of chaos around you, perhaps. I think, did you have that reading which was like the ship was burning underneath you, like the lower floors were kind of burning, there was chaos, and you kind of had to get control of this situation. Yeah, plan B, back to the drawing board. Three of Cups, yeah, but this is going to bring in celebration. This is like a celebration with other people, things working out, getting together. I don't know why it's so blurry. Yeah, this is like cheers, right? We did it, like celebrating after. I assume plan B works. Right, I really need to know more about the Nine of Cups and this Death card here. Can you explain to me what's going on, please, with this Nine of Cups and the Death card? Tell me more about the Nine of Cups and the Death card. What is Cappy up to here, please? You're not waiting for something any longer. There's something that you're taking action. You're taking matters into your own hands. The Knight of Pentacles is like somebody was putting a lot of work into something. There was this plan, right? Whatever plan A was, putting a lot of work into something, sowing the seeds, kind of doing all that groundwork for something. It's a knight. He's moving forward, but he takes kind of a long time. He's a very slow moving knight, very, very grounded, earthy energy, very practical. But there's this sense of like the Three of Wands is a card about making a decision and watching and waiting, like waiting for the right tide. I keep getting weird things like the right tide. It's like idioms, but they're coming through wrong. That's happened twice now. Where like you have all this stuff about divine timing, right? About temperance, about patience. Aha, that might be what it is. Okay, right. It's driving you mad, right? I feel like you've been waiting for something for a really long time. It's really driving you mad now. It's like I keep getting told I need to be patient. I keep getting told I've got to wait for the perfect time until like it's harvest time, right? It is harvest in November. Like she stood on this bank watching for that wave to come in, but there's almost this sense of like, I'm done waiting now. I'm fed up. I've done all this work, all this hard work, all this groundwork. I've been patient. I've persevered for so effing long. I'm done waiting, and I'm going to fight for something now. I'm going to take action. Yeah, absolutely, this is taking action, right? We've got all this stuff about cutting things out, taking action, communicating. And then the Five of Wands is literally a card about battling and competition. It's like fighting for something. There may be an opportunity here, like a job opportunity. I don't know why it's so blurry. There may be a job opportunity here that is other people are going to go for, and it's like, no, I want it, I've made up my mind, I'm going for it. I'm going to get it, I'm going to fight off the competition. I'm going to absolutely smash it, right? You were showing us the Emperor and the Empress, Cappy. You've got this, you can do this. Tummy rumbling. But you also keep showing us somebody who's got like maybe a bit of imposter syndrome, but just know that the universe is telling you, Emperor, Empress, Bull, you know, all this queen energy, like you can go for this, whatever it is, you can fight off that competition, you can win this battle. Yeah, it can actually be a card of conflict as well, of literally fighting. So do be careful that you're not literally getting into any kind of like physical fights with anyone. But I'm seeing this very much as you being like, I'm done waiting, I'm fed up. Absolutely fed up of waiting. I've been waiting for ages, right? Waiting, watching this nest, and nothing is coming of it. And I'm fed up. It's like it's autumn, it's fall, it's time now for the harvest. November, I can see perhaps you are actually taking a lot of action for something that you want. I don't know why that marriage card's here. Again, you might be tying the knot, possibly, but you're not. You're cutting string. I don't know what's going on. Interesting. I was just talking about cutting. I was saying, why is the marriage card here? And talking about tying a knot, and then I said no, because you're cutting the strings. The Queen of Pentacles is the wife card for me, and the Page of Cups is making a love offer. Believing in the impossible in regards to, it could be a boss. It's your energy. It's Queen of Pentacles is Capricorn energy. Nurturing, yeah, it's that sustainer energy of keeping a happy house and home, keeping the workplace ticking over, running smoothly. She has these kind of almost like antlers as well. So yeah, kind of like trying to move into this kind of Emperor, Empress energy. Very earthy, very in tune with nature. And the Page of Cups, making an offer. It can be making an apology, coming forward with some sort of like emotional offering. With them both being in the reverse, this could very well be going back on some sort of offer, going back on some sort of commitment, cutting the ties of something. Could be workplace, could be family. Could be you taking an offer back, you not apologizing for something, perhaps not apologizing for taking action in your own life, being your authentic self. The Queen of Pentacles, though, in the reverse, can be somebody who's greedy, somebody who clings to things, somebody who's too controlling, someone who values money over, and I said that up there for some of you have chose money over happiless. Yeah, this is somebody who values the tangible things. Oh my god, you have that song, Diamonds by Sam Smith. So if this is resonating for you, maybe go and listen to that song. It's like you've dealt with somebody who was only after your money, basically, only after the comfort and luxury in life, and not investing any love into a situation. Okay, somebody perhaps who's too obsessed with a career, and not putting enough work into the home life. Sorry if I just called you out there, Cappy. Oh my goodness, and she's back, the Empress. Here she is. She came out in your last reading as well. So this is either you or it's somebody you're connecting with. If it's you, you are absolutely, you're showing there's a whole huge amount of feminine energy in this reading here. And I was talking about how you can be that bull, right? You can be the bull, you can be firm, stick your heels in, cut out the things that need cutting out, but you can do it in a way that is very nurturing, very understanding, very sympathetic. This is also a card, oh my goodness, yes, this is also a card about growing abundance, growing something. It's about expansion. That's the word I was looking for, expansion. I mean, somebody could literally be pregnant around you, but it's a card about again, like planting seeds. Oh my God, yeah, somebody may definitely, absolutely be pregnant here with all these cards. Again, and it's divine timing, right? You can't make a baby come out. I mean, let's not get into that, but you know, a baby, it takes time to grow. It takes the 9 months if you want the baby to be to come out at the right time and be kind of fully formed, you know, healthy baby. You know, like we have doctors and medical things that can really help if a baby is premature or if a baby goes overdue. But you kind of, it has that divine timing, right? It has that perfect timing of like when something is mature, something is ready. It's like now is the perfect time. So this card is very much about like perfect timing, something growing, something maturing, but also the ability to expand, to grow. You may be taking, if you have a business, maybe if you run a business, you may be taking it sort of to new places. You may be expanding the business. Please stop rumbling to me. It's rumbling. It's like, I want my belly to be full of food, like this empress has a big swollen belly. I haven't had breakfast yet. So yeah, expansion. You might be expanding your network, expanding your network. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe something to do with satellites, the internet, stars. I don't know. I'm not sure. Or it's just you absolutely taking the lead in your own life. Really brilliant card to end on there. Page of Swords. This is about studying, spying, gathering information. Going back, again, you have that page. It's like going back to the drawing board. You may actually be dealing with people who are like, I am seeing you as kind of the leadership energy. So you may be dealing with people under you who are learning, you know, apprentices, people who are lower on those career rungs than you, who are here to learn. And you're kind of sharing your expertise perhaps with these people and taking control and taking the lead and sort of yeah, you've got the Three of Pentacles there again. This is like, you can see this is like this is the supervisor, this is the person doing the art, you know, the artist, this is the person doing the tangible work. This is about working together as a team to make something beautiful, to make something grow, yeah, okay, brilliant, fabulous. Good reading there, Cappy. Let's get your advice card because I've got about 3 minutes left before my phone runs out of storage space. Best advice, please. I know you're hungry, Belly. We're going to go and get some food in a minute. Best advice, please, for Cappy. Best advice, please, for Cappy. We want them to be happy. Garden. Something lovely will grow from this. Lioness, Storm, Throne. Oh, look at this, Cappy. Up there where you belong, on your throne, but you've got other people with you. You're not doing it on your own. You've got to have that teamwork element. Throne, your potential is endless. Storm, every hurricane comes to an end. Why do all good things come to an end? You've got 44 as well. That might be a significant number for you. Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. Yeah, you've been through the battle, but you're going to win the war, Cappy. Yeah, absolutely. That's this card. Gone through the battle, but you're going to win the war. So I'm going to stop and start again, and then we're going to read these advice cards. I've got squeezed an extra couple of minutes out there of time for this. So here we go. I'm starting with Lioness. It's funny as well, you have those lions. Maybe you're dealing with a lioness. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo. You had those cards about lions at the start of, towards the end of your last reading. And it's funny again, as you know, I was saying about how I see things, and then it has a meaning. I was sort of talking about that at the start of the reading. One of the things I saw for your last reading was a lion's nose, and it's specifically a lion's nose, and it was drawn, and then a card came out that had like a woman transitioning into a lion, and it was a drawn nose. Like, you know, there's something to this, guys. There's something, I don't believe it myself sometimes, and then things like that happen, and I'm like, actually, I'm not talking a load of bollocks after all. Okay, Lioness, you've earned all your stripes. Lions aren't stripy. Naturally, sometimes with growth comes a little scarring. Maybe some of you have had a baby, maybe you've got stretch marks. Okay, But it's again, it's that hypothetical, right? Naturally, sometimes with growth comes a little scarring. You've come incredibly far and you should be proud of the person you've become. Think of your scars not as a reminder of the pain you've had to endure in the past, but as proof you can survive anything. Beautiful, Cappy. Why was I worried about doing your reading? Why? Because this is amazing. I love it. I can see you taking control in your own life, and it's brilliant. Storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. Just when you thought things were taking a turn for the better, in came a hurricane of hurt, and now you find yourself utterly exhausted from trying to survive it all. Rest assured, the clouds are finally starting to part, making room for a much-needed sun. Like the clouds, you should also let go of past or present pain in order to make room for something better. You are. I can see that you're cutting something out there, but you're creating some sort of death card there. It doesn't mean that you have to go around murdering people, just to be very, very clear there. But it's just cutting those strings that have bound you. And taking the lead. It's like claiming the throne. And with all those butterflies, it's like a change energy. It's a transition for you. Throne, your potential is endless. At the risk of sounding cliche, you can do anything you put your mind to. You are a mighty queen or king who is complex. Actually, no, you're a mighty empress who is complex enough to be both gentle and valiant, just and magnificent, or any combination you should ever long for. The reason they tell you that you cannot have it all is because they are afraid you will become even more dangerous than you already are. Nice. Cool. I don't see you as dangerous, though. I see you as you're showing us this empress energy. It's like doing something, but doing it very, very lovingly. It's strong feminine, like power energy of doing it with love, doing it expressively, doing it in a nurturing way, doing whatever it is you're doing in a way that is helping others and working with others. This like teamwork, we're all in it together, kind of feeling. It's like, when I rise up, when I claim my throne, I'm taking my friends with me, and that's beautiful. That's a brilliant way to do it, Cappy. We should all be a bit more Cappy, shouldn't we? The Cappy's my it's like one of, I don't know if it's my Lilith or my North Node or my South Node. It's whichever one is the one that is your lessons that you need to learn, the things that challenge you. So yeah, I always have this feeling of like, well, I don't deserve things. Like Capricorn energy is my energy that I need to embrace, and doesn't come naturally to me, but I need to embrace it. Yeah, and I can see why. I can absolutely see why. That's amazing. All right, Cappies, best of luck with that. I don't think you need luck. I think you've got this. I think you're going to get exactly what you want, as long as you remember to be grounded and you remember to let your friends help you. All right, guys, take care. Love you. Cappy. I want you to be happy. Take care.